Hello everyone, it's me Maya and welcome to my channel. In honor of Valentine's Day, which just passed, I thought it was only best to do the book courtship tag. And it's probably an excuse for me to do a tag video. Let's be honest, full disclosure, I think I really wanted to do another tag video. So let's get into the questions. Phase 1, Initial Attraction. A book you got because of the cover. For that, I chose Tempest by Julie Cross. Look at this cover. I don't even know if I considered the blurb before buying it, but just seeing this cover, the guy reaching for the girl, the guy trying to save the girl from who knows what, I was hooked. So, look at the cover! Phase 2, First Impressions. A book you got because of the summary. For that, I chose Au revoir, Crazy European Chick by Joe Schreiber. And that book is all about this guy who takes his family's exchange student to prom only to find out that she's an assassin and she has like 3 or some odd people to kill and he has to be her chauffeur, and it's just, I was hooked. I was like, oh my god, I've got to read the rest of this. This is amazing. Phase 3, Sweet Talk. A book with great writing. For that, I chose All the Light We Cannot See by Anthony Doerr. And I listened to the audiobook, and just to be immersed in that world and hear how it sounds was so great. And one of the main characters in that book is blind. So Anthony Doerr uses a lot of sensory description, which you don't really see in a lot of books these days, at least the ones I've seen. I haven't seen a lot that really engages your hearing more than anything, and what you would hear and what you would smell. I thought it was very well done. Phase 4, First Attraction. A first book in the series that made you want to pick up the rest of the series. For that, I've chosen Sea of Shadows by Kelly Armstrong. I want to read the rest of that series so bad. When I started reading Sea of Shadows, this is one of the books that I picked up from the library, and I didn't know a lot about before I read it, but it was just so, oh my goodness, it was so amazing, and I enjoyed it so much, and I really plan on reading the rest of the series this year, because it started off with 2 twin sisters being separated by these evil spirits and just coming back together. And I'm just like, this is like the epic fantasy of it, where it keeps on going and there's so much more that's happening in each part, because I'm a short attention span reader, so I need something happening in each, like every so often, not just to the point of heart palpitations, but just something, and that book definitely delivered. Phase 5, Late Night Phone Calls. A book that kept you up all night. For that, I've chosen Meant to Be by Lauren Morrell. I stayed up until 5 a.m. to finish this book. Would I lie to you all? This book was so good, especially when it got to the part where Julia, who's the main character, gets closer to finding out who she thinks is her meant to be. She's going through this mystery of who she thinks her perfect mate would be, and kind of realizing that it's not quite what she thinks. This is a book that I enjoyed staying up with. Like, you know what? I have nothing else to do tomorrow. I'm going to stay with this book until I'm done. And Phase 6, Always on My Mind. A book that you could not stop thinking about. For that, I've chosen Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. The entire time I was reading that book, I was stuck in that book. It had so much going on, and even when I put it down, because of course you have to have a life and you have to do other things, I'm like, I want to read more of this. Can I go read more of this and just forget the rest of my life? And I'm pretty sure that's what I did. I think I marathoned that for like 2 or 3 days straight, because I just didn't feel like doing anything else. I refused to live my life until this book was done. Phase 7, Getting Physical. A book that you enjoy the way it feels. Now, this is a pretty weird category for books, because I don't really, like, feel my books like that. Like, it's kind of weird, but then for this question, I was like, okay, let's go feel our books and see what they feel like. And the coolest one was Jacoby by William Ritter. Go to your local library or your local bookstore and pick up Jacoby and feel it. And I'm telling you, it feels amazing. Because I don't know how to explain it. Like, there's some glossy parts and some matte parts, and can you hear that? Just the whole experience. Like, trust me on this one. This one feels really cool. Phase 8. Meeting the Parents. A book that you would recommend to your friends and family. That book would be Johnny Angel by Danielle Steele. You all knew there was going to be a Danielle Steele book in this list. At least one Danielle Steele book. And this one, in particular, was the first Danielle Steele book that I ever read. And I believe that this is a good stick your toe in the water type of book with her books. This is the book. Like, if you've ever wanted to try Danielle Steele's book and you are trying to figure out a place to, like, she's got over like 100-something books. Which one should I read first? Johnny Angel by Danielle Steele. I don't think you'll be disappointed. Unless you just don't like her type of writing. But then, come on, how could you? Like, how could you do that? Phase 9 is thinking about the future. A book or series that you plan on rereading again and again. For this book, should be no surprise, this is one of my favorite books of all time. One Day at a Time, also by Danielle Steele. I love it. I love this book so much because I think this is one of the first characters that I could really relate to, where Coco Barrington is her family's black sheep. She really doesn't fit in, and it's kind of going back into the fancy world that she left behind and kind of really trying to find her place in the world. And there's also a handsome British actor in the mix. So, of course, I enjoyed this book. I usually don't reread books, but this one is definitely one that I like look at again and again. Phase 10 is Share the Love. Tag some people. Anyone watching this video, if you would like to do this tag, definitely do it. It's fun doing tags that you weren't tagged in. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you did, please press that like button. If you would like more of these videos, please subscribe. I make new videos every Wednesday, sometimes Saturday, depending on how I'm feeling. I hope you have enjoyed your time here, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.